Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Egld. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, we still have the same Fibonacci retracement set up with the swing high in 2021 November and the swing low in June of 2021. And as you can see right now, what we're doing is we're slowly trying to creep up to this. So as you can see, what we did here is we back tested this first fib level, $53.69 as resistance in February, and then we had a pullback into March. So right now, if you look at this yellow support trend line at $40.50 roughly, we're holding this as support, and we've been doing so since March of 2000 or since March 14th last month. And as you can see, we're holding it very nicely. This is a great entry point. So if you manage to catch this video once the price is still there, that is still a good buying opportunity. If I didn't have any coins right now, that's where I would be buying in. You can also take a look at the lower level here, which is the 0.5 fib retracement at $38.90. We also had a bounce from there back in January, and we had a back test of resistance here in March. So March 11th and March 10th, both days had back tests of resistance of that level. So for now, we're doing good. If we manage to hold this low and we don't go lower than that, that's even better. But ultimately, this low that we printed in January is going to be the main low we need to hold, because if we end up breaking below that, that means all of this is invalidated, and we're not really starting an uptrend. All we're doing is printing a lower high, and we're just continuing down. And once you lose that low, of course. But for now, what our hope is that we print this higher low here, and then we start moving to the upside. But we need to be breaking above this local high that we printed in February at around about $54. So that's something that needs to happen. And of course, the November high and the August high. Those are two important highs that we need to break. Hopefully we'll be able to do that with our move to the upside this summer. And hopefully we can get to $130 from where we are right now. So from these prices here, that would be around about a 3x. Maybe we don't go that bullish. Maybe we just retest $88, but I still would like to see a retest of the golden ratio with a little pullback, and by the end of the year, hopefully we're going to break above that as well. But we'll see how things go. Let's not speculate too much. For now, these are very good buying opportunities. If you see a major flash crash, if you see a capitulation, any black swan events, then obviously you can target this low that we had at $32.36. That is going to be a great entry point. And anyone who bought in here already was sitting at a nice profit here at $54. So you could have taken some profits and you could have already bought back in. But swing trading right now is kind of dangerous because we are very close to the bottom. We obviously already printed the bottom, probably, if, of course, Bitcoin doesn't decide to drop below that. But by the looks of things, Bitcoin has printed the bottom, and we're moving to the upside from here. And once you're near these levels and you're printing a higher low, I don't really feel comfortable swing trading at these prices here, because you can simply sell at the next resistance level here. You might see a little pullback, and then the price will absolutely explode, and you're left waiting here for the pullback at $40, and that's just not going to happen. So I would just wait until you get that overextension, until you see the RSI above the level of 70 on the daily. That's when you can think about swing trading. So once you see the gap in between the EMAs, you know, something along these lines that you had all the way back in March at the start of the month, and here in November of 2022. So once you see something similar to that, that is when you can contemplate a swing trade. But for now, I'm just, accumulating. If you can, stake the coins and just wait for the bull market. But our 1.618 target would be the $58.50 area, which is roughly the November high here. I was hoping we're going to get there with this February move to the upside. Unfortunately, we did not. And we saw a pullback down to the 0.382, and now we're holding the 0.618. So hopefully our next major support level is going to be 43.16, because as you can see, we're just slowly climbing through all of these levels, and we're doing something like that here. We're breaking above there, holding above the first fib level, and lo and behold, we're at the 1.618. So if that was your target starting from here, because once you broke the high, that's your technical target. If that was the target that you were looking at, you can obviously sell at that level and be done with the coin or with that specific trade. But other than that, I would just be waiting until the overextension this summer, which I am expecting. Now, taking a look at the daily RSI, as you can see, we're slowly moving back down to this yellow support block. That is going to be a strong area of support for us. As you can see, we held it over here, had a bit of resistance here, once again a bounce of support, and a little fake out here. So once we come back down, that's going to be a nice area to enter. Even though we may even go lower, that's still a good entry point because you don't know if you're going to go lower. No one knew if you were going to go lower at these prices, right? So if you're accumulating at these areas here, you were able to sell at profit off this white resistance trend line. So basically, enter here and sell off the white trend line if you want to do that. You can wait until you get overextended just like you did over here as well. That's something that you can do. And yeah, so that's the daily RSI. Of course, you have the purple support block below the RSI of 24.8. That is an historically very good entry point since September of 2020. Every time you went into that support block, you had a move to the upside. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, I do want to switch over to the weekly chart real quick. And before we continue with the video, guys, I quickly want to give a shout out to everyone who has joined my Patreon. Thank you very much. And if you want to become a part of the Patreon and, get access to a lot of exclusive content, such as podcast episodes for patrons only, my trade alerts, my entire portfolio. I share everything that I buy and everything that I sell. If you want to leave some requests, we can take a look at your projects on Patreon. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on there. I try to do daily updates and daily posts in there. So if you want to try it out for free, you can do that as well. There's a 7-day free trial, so you can do that and let me know what you think. Let's get on with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart, as you can see, we are printing a higher low compared to the low here in October of 2020. So that is good. And if I remove the drawings, you can see that we have the price action sitting below the 20 EMA. We had a little fake out here in February, but then we ended up coming back down, opening candles below the 20 EMA. So our next major resistance is going to be the 55 EMA, sitting at around about $70 or $68. So that's going to be a major level for us to backtest as resistance. And that really lines up nicely with this swing low that we printed in June of 2021. Next up, you have this low that we printed in January and February of 2022. So those are the major levels you want to be looking out for on the weekly chart. But by the end of the year, like I said, I think we're going to be sitting at somewhere around about $100 roughly. Taking a look at the weekly RSI here. As you can see, we're back in this support block between 42.2 down to 39.3. That's where you want to be accumulating. The price is sitting at a nice level. The RSI is in a support block, so this is a good entry. If you end up dropping below that, you always have this white support trend line to hold us up. So you had one bounce in May last year, one bounce in December. A third bounce could come here in May of 2023, and that's going to be another major entry for anyone looking to buy Egld. Taking a look at the volume, we're not getting that much volume right now. We're just getting a lot of selling volume. So that's okay because the project has went up along with the altcoins and now we're pulling back down. However, if we zoom into this little structure that we have here, as you can see, we have a channel down pattern, and usually channel down patterns are broken to the upside. So we're very close to the resistance here. So if we continue pumping here, you might really see an impulsive move, an impulsive breakout all the way to the 55 EMA. So that's one more reason to stay careful and to stay put before really looking for any swing trades. Because once you break a multi-month resistance trend line, you typically have a strong bullish move to the upside. So also you're in the support block, of course, here anywhere between the price of 44.8 down to 35. So if you come back down all the way to $35, that's going to be another great entry point. And if I bring back the fib retracement, you can see that we are targeting $1,267 for the next bull market. Of course, we may go higher, but for now, this is our 1.414 target. This 1.618 is currently sitting at $2,140, but that's a bit far-fetched in my opinion. We'll see how the project develops during the bull market, and if everything goes well, we might just start expecting this price altogether. But that is pretty much everything. We broke above a major resistance level in January. We're holding above it, which is nice. So everything's looking good from a technical standpoint as long as we don't lose this December low. So thank you all for watching. If I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. I'm going to see you in the next update. Bye.